Costa Nation, Sanbon and Wafetu, and welcome back to Football Trends with me, OQP. Now, in today's video, Wafetu, we have a lot to talk about, including the fact or the magic secret that Kaizer Chiefs wants to use in order to be able to secure some of the best players in the world. Now, obviously, Wafetu, before we get more into those details, because there's a lot that we're going to talk about, please do make sure that you like the video. And also, if this is your first time seeing Football Transit QP, just make sure to hit the subscribe button and the bell notification so that next time when I post a new video, you get notified. Now, guys, to be honest, I don't know where to begin, but let me just start with Unomvete, because he says this is the striker that Kaizer just must sign. And yeah, it's it's a very uh, confusing, but he believes Unox Motizwa would be a good fit for Kaizer Chiefs. So looking at him, Omjita has, scored 63 goals, 23 assists in just 231 games, which, if you look at it at a different perspective, you might say, it's not a bad thing. But to be honest, guys, he's 31 year old. So come on, you can't build a team with older players. We need players who are young, to be honest. So Jinani Ndabaga Fiston Mayer Bafetu, I don't think he might be coming this season, Nakona, despite a lot of us being or wanting Feston Mayer to come to Nashora number 2. And then also, moving on, as I've said, we have a lot to talk about. Number 2, we have Kaizer Down Jr. number 2. Now, Kaizer Down Jr. has just congratulated Mamelodi Sundowns, and on that post, I did not believe what I saw. It looks like Sundowns fans, they want us to give them Mfundo Vilakazi. They want us to give them Mfundo Vilakazi, and then Bona, in return, they will give us Tapelo Koki and also Ubandile Shandu. Wow. Guys, Nitin, what are you guys saying? Do you guys want to trade in Utapelo Koki and then bring in Ubandile Shandu just for letting go of Mfana Wetu, a gem of Kaizer Chiefs, Mfana Mfundo Vilakazi? Yes, I know the team has been struggling. We have not given, have had enough chances for us to be able to use him, but I don't think we should let him go. Bafetu, to be honest, I believe Umchita still has a mission and still has to accomplish what he needs to accomplish. Lapayana and Ashurana Bafetu, but kuzobonakala bafethu ukuthi what is going to happen as time goes on. But to be honest, I wouldn't trade Umfana for anything, especially Limzans, especially on a team like Mamelodi Sundowns, who constantly don't want to see us, progressing and becoming successful again, which is the problem. And then also, as I've said, we're going to move on. Now let's just quickly jump to how Kaizer Chiefs are currently trying to bring in a new strategy that is going to have an effective way. Also, going to touch on the player who is a goalkeeper, a fine young man who's doing wonders. Leicester City, but the under 20s, which he is a South African and he's a great goalkeeper. I just wish we could have a goalkeeper like this young player. But you know what they say about it too. Buying players, England is going to be expensive, not just for any team in Mzansi, but all of the teams, So that is the problem that we're currently facing. But looking at the situation, currently Kaizer Chiefs have come up with a new strategy, which they want to sign players in a way that they sign, South African players who are born and raised in South Africa, but they are playing internationally, which, if you ask me, Bafetu, that is a good idea. It's a great idea, to be honest. But the problem is we're going to face a lot of challenges. We're going to face a lot of challenges in terms of signing those players because they're going to come at a costly price. So, which we don't want to pay. I think it's still going to be something. But looking at what currently Chiefs has managed to done, I've told you about this player, Innocent Izolo, and then now they're looking to sign Uyaya Stole, and also they're looking to sign, players like Luke Leroux, Abu Gift, Yaya Sitole, all of those players, they're players they're looking to sign because they are South African, the Abu Lail Forster, some of those great players, but abafuni ukubathenga la eMzansi. You understand what I'm trying to say? So I don't know how it's going to work, Bafetu, but with the scout of Utara Maliwa. Remember this guy? We brought him from Mamelodi Sundowns, which he was doing a great job there, scouting for Sundowns for many, many years. And look at the incredible quality that he has brought to the team, which worked very well. I believe Mjita did his part, which currently Nagana Mzanzi, like in Ashurena, I meant to say, he is doing his job because players like Abu Makabi Lepo, that player was scouted by him. Coach Nazarene Nabi was like, yeah, this one, bring. I love this guy. So definitely you can see how now Kaizer Chiefs are trying to shift in that way. They don't want to pay, a lot, an insane amount of cash when it comes to players, bringing them to in Ashurena. They don't want to lose, especially they don't want to lose. That is something that we know about Kaizer Chiefs ever since we started supporting this team. But to say as with the Kaizer Chiefs management, they do not like to lose, but instead they like to gain instead of losing. So if we have Utara Maliwa, doing his incredible work, scouting for Kaizer Chiefs management, or Coach Nazarene Nabi, trying to find some of those best South African players, it's a great idea because if you look at the whole situation, now we're not gonna sacrifice the foreign sport. It's gonna be something that is great. For me, I feel like if this thing can work, it can work very well for us because definitely we're going to have some of the best players combined, not just best. It's gonna be like we creating our own Bafana Bafana. You understand what I'm trying to say? It's like Hugo Bruce and then coming and saying, no, I need this player from Stellenbosch, I need this player from where, I need double Pesitao, playing overseas, I need double Lyle Forster, all of those great players, and then you combine them to make that ultimate team, which it's a great idea of it. The only problem is it going to work? Because if it's going to work, we're going to need to make sure that we take out huge amounts of cash. Some of them, they are players who are not well known, it is something that is a known fact, but they are playing overseas, but they are quality players from Mzansi. So that might increase the chances of us being able to sign some of those players. But other than that, Bafeto, I believe this is a great way for us to be able to sign players. We have to. We have to. If it's an opportunity that we can use and we can use to our advantage, I believe Kaizer Chiefs, they need to make sure to by execute perfectly. And I like the fact that already they've started scouting, they've started trying to sign players before the transfer window Ivula. Not do it, we're gonna wait and then Massive transfer window. That's when we start to say, no, we are looking for this player, and that player, can we sign him? So I'm happy about that fact. So in Donjeva it looks like it's trying to combine into the right. The problem is it going to be successful now? Because if it's successful, then high chances are even Coach Nazarene Nabi will be able to stay. So yeah, Bafetu. But anyways, before we end the video, here's this player I was talking about, Bafetu. If you look at this player, Umjita, I believe he's a great goalkeeper because you can see some of those beautiful saves. He's just 20 years old. He's just 20 years old and he's South African. That is the fact that I love. Yes, I know Mlungu or Ibuno because his name is Stevie Bowser. So yeah, he might be a boon. You understand? So yeah, Bafetu. This is something. Let's be honest. South African born and bred here, Mzansi, playing for Leicester City. Now, it's highly possible, Bona, they are trying to make sure that they use the boy in the right way because it looks like Bafana promoter. It looks like they want to promote this young player, but if they do not promote him, then definitely I think we have a great chance of getting this player for us to come and play for Kaizer Chiefs, and it will be something big, something great because he's a great goalkeeper. And let's be honest, I've never seen someone so young having this amount of talent as a young goalkeeper. So far, Nala Mzansi, I've never seen someone like this. Bafetu, let's be honest. Yes, I know we have great goalkeepers, Abotakala and Mazamba, some of the youth, Stellenbosch, they have great goalkeepers. Sundowns, not too much. I'm not too sure what is happening, but Orlando Pirates and some of the other teams, they do have great goalkeepers, but I don't feel like anyone comes close to Stevie Bafetu. But anyways, you can let me know what you think down in the comment section below. I believe this is it. Thank you so much for watching. I will see you later on. Something new. Peace.